Hi, this is Chris again from Revenge Performance. Today I want to talk a little bit about a couple of drivetrain parts that may be misunderstood or the terminology may not really be out there, just to help you out when you're purchasing some parts or if you're trying to identify what's wrong with your current setup. What we have here on the bench, we have a bell housing. This is out of a 6-speed actually, and you'll also notice this particular unit was damaged by some shipping type of things, and so it has a piece missing out of it. Normally you'll have some more mounts there for your transfer case, but that's not really going to affect our demonstration today. We also have a transfer case spool and ring gear. We had a video the other day about how to press these apart, and to let you know that these are in fact two different pieces, so it's not a solid piece. It looks like one, but it's just pressed together. We have the front section from a transfer case. This is actually a built 5-speed transfer case, so it doesn't really fit this transmission, but it'll work for our demonstration as well. And we also have a 300M output shaft. This is a 25 spline unit. This is the same thing we saw on the website. These are virtually indestructible, so 300M is a very, very strong alloy. It's used in a lot of serious racing out there. You also notice that this is coated with this purple and brown coating. This is to prevent corrosion because 300M is even more sensitive to corroding. It will corrode right on the shelf if you leave it out there. That doesn't mean you don't need to grease these splines when you install this into your transfer case, but it will hold up a little bit better than an uncoated shaft. This is much, much stronger than OEM. If you launch or drag race your car a lot, that's a good thing to have. If you look at a OEM unit here, dimensionally the same basically, but this won't be coated. And you'll also see here that these will often, wear. These can break. 25 splines don't break as much as the 18s, but you can actually twist this off where these splines are, and that will end your racing day and possibly have you call a tow truck. So that's not a good thing. So here's your output shaft. Inside the car, this actually comes out of the transmission. So if you ever pull your transfer case off, you'll see this output shaft here sticking out. Check to see if these splines are worn. They should be trapezoidal and not pointy at all. If they're pointy or they show any kind of fretting, it needs to be replaced. And then that goes into your transfer case. And so when you have a fully assembled transfer case here, this will be in here. There'll be a cover here that covers that. And then once this bolts up to the transmission, the transfer case will be driven by the output shaft. And so as this rotates that gear inside there, which connects to a pinion gear that comes out of the back of the transfer case. You have your pinion gear here, and as that drives, this will rotate, and that will rotate the drive shaft and go to your rear end. So that's how the all-wheel drive works in a 3000 GT or Dodge Stealth. And if you need some parts, just be aware that these are the splines usually wear. This usually does not. If you ever look at a transfer case picture and you just have a picture of these splines where the drive shaft go in, don't take that as meaning it's okay. What you really want to do is look inside these splines, and if these are pointy at all, then there's some wear in there, and that can be varying degrees of wear. A little bit can be acceptable, but particularly if you're going to rebuild your transmission, it's going to include a new output shaft most likely, possibly a 300M one depending on your build. You're going to want to make sure that you replace your spool at the same time because these splines interconnect, and you see here with these new components there's no play whatsoever. When these get worn, there'll be some slack in there and they'll actually saw against those teeth. And so if you replace this with relatively costly output shaft, you don't want to wear this out right away because you didn't replace the mating piece here. I hope that helped clear up some of the parts to your drivetrain in your 3000 GT or Stealth. If you have any more questions, just email us or visit revengeperformance.com. We'll be able to help you out with just anything you need for these transmissions, whether it's internally, externally, transfer case, or the rear differential. We can help you through the whole process and the whole system. Please like us if you get a chance. That lets us know that this particular video was the type of content you want to see, and that's going to help us make more things that really are what the audience wants to see.